we need to talk about one of the biggest stories in golf that has nothing to do with actual golf, but it does have to do something with video game golf. And that would be Tiger Woods returning to the video game golf world. He has signed on with the 2K side, and he is coming back for all of these wonderful new golf games that are being produced by 2K.
Giggity.
If it is not called Tiger Woods 2K22, I'm going to be a little upset. I won't be too upset, but I'll be a little upset. But, I'm very excited. I don't know if you guys were able to play 2K21 at all. It was good. It was fine. It's like fun to play, but you can only play as like your created golfer. You can't play as like any of the pros like you used to be able to. I think with this game, what's going to happen now is that they're going to be like, okay, we need to start making the golfers actually golfers again. We need to let these guys be able to play with professionals, everything like that. Because that used to be one of the, yes.
Now, I'm not a gamer. Timmy and I used to play PGA back in 2K7, like 2007 days, like way back. Mm-hmm. But you're telling me you can't golf with an actual golfer in PGA nowadays on PlayStation?
That's correct, sir.
What?
Mm-hmm. So I know. So I think that they are going to go ahead and make that change. I will be very happy when they make the change. But one of the things they do need to do is they better get those swings down right too. Because that's all I care about.
Well, the video game as it stands now which is kind of right up my alley because I'm golf course oriented. A lot of my golf courses are golf courses. So this is more golf course oriented. I can play some course in Rhode Island that I've never will be able to play. I can go play. Obviously, you can play Augusta National in the big games, but I can go play Wannamoisa Country Club. I've never played it. I would like to play Wannamoisa. I know you've played there, Mike, but it's just one of those things where and I can go and I can play courses that I have played, like Lincoln Country Club. I can go play Kirkbride Country Club and like just play it on a video game and have it, and I can play it over and over. And then even a course that I'm going to play next weekend, I can play it on the video game first just to preview the course and then go to the course and see how whether it's accurate or not, or know where the holes are going. So I think that is like the cool part about it now. But now they're just going to integrate real players into it, and now it's going to be even better. So it's making a great thing even better, which is awesome.
Yeah, and I don't think they're going to get away with the course designer, because I think that's like a big part of the game right now itself, is also be able to design those courses. And that's what people do. They take hours to like literally build those courses out. So absolutely insane. But I am very excited. If Matthew Wolf's swing is not Matthew Wolf's swing, he better be in that video game studio for hours on end so they can get every little thing that he does right in there. So when I play with him, he just goes up and he just goes, ooh, whoop, and he just does his nice little thingy. And we do that. And for those of you who are watching on the YouTube channel, you just got a treat. For those of you who are listening, you did not get the treat. Head on over to the YouTube channel to see that, because I just did a little dance and then did a nice little like imitation of the Matthew Wolf swing, and it's embarrassing. But you guys can have a good laugh.
You got to think that if they put Matt Wolf in the game, his swing's going to be like it is in real life. I mean, don't disrespect video game like intelligence. I mean, come on.
Jim Furyk's swing was like Jim Furyk's swing, and that was back in what? Tiger Woods 2004?
Right.
So, what is it? Matthew Wolf's swing is the same thing, except instead of inside out, it's outside in.
They have people who are paid in electrical, computer engineers, whoever does this, graphic designers who are paid to do this. They are going to make a Matt Wolf swing. Absolutely, hands down.
It must have been somewhat copyright or some using of image issue. I mean, why did they go away from being able to use an Ian Poulter in his freaking plaid cross cricket pants? Like that's foreign to me.
Yeah. So the biggest thing is that it changed hands. So this used to be owned by EA Sports. So it used to be owned by Electronic Arts. Then when they got rid of Rory McIlroy, there wasn't really like a golf game. 2K ended up buying like this startup company that made one called the Golf Club, which is why like there's all these different area and like how you can build your own golf course, everything like that. Like that game was very focused on like that end of it. There was no pros, there was nothing involved with the PGA side. 2K buys this gaming company, which is like Hub Studios, I think. I don't know the entire specifics of it, but 2K buys that. 2K then gets the licensing agreement with PGA. Justin Thomas gets right on the cover. And yeah, I think they just tried to like rush the game out a little bit. And so it wasn't as good as I was hoping, but at the same time, it was still really fun to play. I will be very excited when I can play with Justin Thomas, play with Jordan Spieth, play with Tiger Woods. Let's get Brian Harmon in there too. Let's get Phil Mickelson in there. Let's get some lefties in there.
Yes, sir.
Do it.
Hey, Brennan and Tim. No, just the game. What was I gonna say? Shoot.
You were about to say Taylor Gooch better be in there that game. That's for sure. No. What were you gonna say, Mike?
No.
Chooch and Gooch, man.
Brendan, you prefaced this segment on this has nothing to do with golf, but I think you're right, obviously, but you're wrong too, in the sense that I think this is great for the game of golf. And if Tiger Woods is on the cover, and if Tiger Woods is in the game, and if like guys are in the game and swings, and you can design all these courses. And like Timmy, you said, you can preview a course you're going to play, and it could be in your backyard, and you could have made it, or you could have had a friend who had made it, or some guru tech guy who made it. But regardless, I feel like it's just going to, because video games are so big right now, it's going to bring more awareness.
Oh,
now
100%.
you could play with Tiger Woods in your backyard.
Yeah.
In your home course. I mean, how cool is that? It just makes it better. What were you going to say, Brendan? Sorry.
Oh, no. I was just saying that's 100. I mean, Tiger Woods was, the way I think of it is, you know how like FIFA now is like FIFA's always been like a big game, but like how FIFA got really big in America, like, you know, around 2009, 2010, 2011. Tiger Woods used to be the game where people would like sit. Like I used to sit in Mike's basement, and I know you did too, Tim. You did as well, Tim, sit in people's basements and play Tiger Woods and like fight over who got to be Tiger Woods, except I never wanted to be Tiger Woods because I would always be John Daly because it was fun to see him grip it and rip it the entire time. But, you know, it was always fun to be able to be like, okay, who are we playing with? Who's going to be this guy? Who's going to be this guy? Like that used to be the best part about the game. Like trying to, you know, say St. Andrews with Rory McIlroy versus Tiger Woods when you put up gale force winds and it's 50 miles an hour and you have no idea where the ball's going, even though you aim like so hard, but you still have no idea where it's going to go. That part was so much fun. And I do think like it brought, like video games do bring eyes to the they'll bring eyes to the television. They'll bring eyes to the sport. So, you know, if you have a fun game, like the amount of people that I know who got into soccer just because of FIFA, like Tiger Woods, this new game could do that for golf as well. And I think it can, and it very well might too. So yes, so I shouldn't have preferenced it that way, but I meant it has nothing to do with golf on the course right now and the PGA Tour itself right now, but it absolutely has something to do with golf in the future, building a brand, really trying to make itself a very intriguing sport to a lot of different people.
Well said, brother.
Absolutely.
And who better to put on the, like, obviously you have to put someone else on the cover besides Tiger with him, but who better to be on the cover of the first one than Tiger? Like, brings everyone together. Tiger and Taylor Gooch. That's all we need on the
That's
cover.
right. No, 100% agree. Tiger Woods. I mean, you think golf, you think Tiger Woods. You know, unless you are above the age of 70, you're thinking Tiger Woods. Bottom line.
Or below the age
we
of
can get Jack. We can
10.
get Jack in there too, Tim. We can get Jack in there, Arnie and Hogan, and
we can spend a whole episode on that. That's for sure.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember. It was like one where it was like going throughout like the ages of golf, and you had to play like old Tom Morris to start, and it was just like the most ridiculous. Like the games that they used to design were the most ridiculous things in the world.
Did they really?
Like oh yeah, there was one where you had to like go through like ages of golf. So you played like you played Arnie, then you played Jack, then you played, I think it was like Nick Faldo. Like, you know what I mean? Like they went through like decades, basically. It's just like, oh, okay. Or Sevi Ballesteros was a big one that was always in the games. I used to love playing with Sevi Ballesteros. He like died, really young, which was super sad, and he was an unbelievable golfer. But like, just being able to like, I probably wouldn't have as an 8-year-old, I didn't know who Sevi Ballesteros was, but then I played Tiger Woods, and then I realized who he was, and then I asked my dad who he was, and he told me. So you get to learn a little bit from that too, especially when you're a youngster.
Yeah, Sevi's a great guy to read up about and learn about it. I mean, he's got a movie, he's interviewed in the movie, and it kind of goes back and forth between not animation, but a young boy. It's obviously not Sevi, but it just kind of in Spain, I believe, his upbringing. And Sevi also talks about it a lot. It's interesting, and he was a character, and he was a hell of a golfer. I mean, you don't hear about him a lot too, because he passed away at 54 from like battles with, I think it was a brain or cancerous, some operation or something. But Sevi's cool. I've looked up and read about him a little bit as of the past year or two, but he's a name that sometimes escapes like our millennial generation.
Still holds the record for European Tour victories at 50. Like, he's 50 wins on the European Tour. How crazy is that? 5-time major champ, won the Masters twice, won the Open 3 times, never won the PGA, and never won the US. But Jesus, like,
skip school every day to go to the beach. Like, skip school every day.
What an absolute monster Sevi Ballesteros was too. Oh my goodness gracious.
Only grew up with a 3-iron, I think, too. Like one club for the longest time.
Dude must have been hitting stingers. Yeah. Absolute stingers. Imagine that thing, like 3 feet off the air, just. And that, of course, was talking Sevi Ballesteros, and also the point where all 3 of us decided to all do a little whoosh with our hands and with our mouths at the same time to make the stinger noise. So again, if you're watching on the YouTube channel, you got a treat. If you're not, it's okay. Finish the podcast, then go watch it on YouTube and you'll see it. It's very funny. But yeah, so that is, I mean, again, just having that in golf again is going to be really nice, and being able to play with some different players, being able to play with the best in the world.